I'm gonna have to ask him to get him off.
Don't want to jump the gun yet.
Josh did show us the very pretty promo bunyips that are on, well, available. The people who are at this con. Sorry, everyone in the chat.
Flying to be at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta. The problem is there's a lot of people, not just in this game, but in a lot of other things, where they come in with a defeatist attitude in a sense, like, I've never beaten this guy before, I'm gonna lose again, or like, oh, you're gonna win anyways. Turns out that if you kind of think like that, then you kind of start to play worse, because you kind of assume the worst, and everything that kind of goes wrong gets you even more down, and then you start not thinking properly. It's important to have a good mentality when coming into games.
Absolutely. It is always possible for you to win. And that's what you're here to do.
Yeah. Even if a matchup might be like 95-5 against you, what if you hit that 5%? You never know.
Alright.
Right? For example, in the last matchup, I feel that in a vacuum, Reanimator probably has a good matchup against the Chrysalis Blue-White Frightened deck.
I mean, we were just talking before the game that
your entire deck gets blanked by one card.
Yeah, essentially.
But if you kind of don't see, you could hit like if that matchup maybe it could be 40-60 or 30-70. If you hit the 30 or 40%, then well, you're golden.
Both of us, like we had a meeting down in Champaign, or a meetup down in Champaign, at the start of the year.
All right, so
Everybody that was there, I was like,
I think I see some yellow over in TJ's hand, which is interesting, actually, because one of the things that Josh told me, I didn't get the chance to play against him, but I asked him a few questions, and he said that Bluna Yellow was one of the decks he was specifically afraid of facing.
Yeah. And why do you believe that to be the case?
I think it just goes a little bit too quick for him, because his deck does need to set up a little bit.
Okay.
Josh's deck gets really powerful in the mid game, but I assume if he goes too far behind early, he doesn't quite have enough interference to keep pace. One of the interesting things about his build is that he actually does not have any belly flops in there, despite being a pink deck. He has swapped them out for Sorry Stamp.
Okay, that's very interesting. Another thing that could be mentioned that I didn't bring up already is it's like what? It's almost 1 p.m. and they started playing at like 10 in the morning. So fatigue is a thing.
Absolutely.
Can't help but wonder if some of these people might have been partying a little too hard last night.
Yeah, we have.
All right, so turn 1 move Luna. Could be dangerous. What if he had Twilight? Like Twilight entry that moves a friend back if Lyra was purple. So that's interesting, a little risky.
The big cards from Josh that we're looking for are Apple Bloom, are Haven Bay, are Follow My Leads in hand for the discard fuel, and we'll see, I guess, coming up next turn. Interesting that TJ Banks doesn't flip his Luna right away.
Remember, there's a game to win. Pay 2, flip Lyra.
Okay.
What is her effect again?
So discard my hand, then drop to full.
0-7.
That's it. Boost. That's 3 power. Okay.
Does he? Okay, yeah.
Discards.
I wish we could see what most of these cards were.
Really bad.
Looks like electric events. Oh, you got the important one though. It's fine. It's just like a free mulligan. Okay, not free. It costs you 2, but it's a mulligan. Oh, I see. Strategic Pony, another one of those.
Yep. Smart Cookie, DJ, Follow My Lead.
Oh, Smart Cookie gets large so fast.
Pirate Ship as well.
Yeah. So this is another deck that relies heavily on your discard pile.
Draw.
Well, he's not afraid of a misfire.
Flip.
Using that hasty just to flip a main over, I guess He's got nothing better to do, I suppose.
Yep.
Confront. Points.
Bailout, discarding follow my lead on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some of these in a while. Okay. Alright.
Alright, TJ gets 1 point.
Okay.
Not the DFO, though.
Draw a card. Took you long enough.
Oh, and he's got Apple Bloom.
You see why I had to go for it.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. I expected you to. That's why, because it's the right call.
Yeah.
Alright, that's pretty sick. Breakdown.
Oh yeah, they're airing the episodes. That's why that line is long. They're re-airing the finale, but not the epilogue.
Interesting.
Yeah. Stupid.
Okay, Apple Bloom. Makes sense.
Sauce Apple Bloom, I'm going to discard follow my lead to pay 1 less for the next card.
Okay.
There's going to be a pirate ship.
Oh, he did not.
Did he just say...
Yeah, he did. He just said follow my lead, but that was definitely not a follow my lead.
Gotcha.
The mind games.
There's almost no way you double. Welcome to but
Those are dangerous words to say against Luna deck. There's almost no way you can double.
I mean, presumably he's got a fair amount of experience and knows what that deck looks like.
2 follow my leads into my hand. Okay, they do. When
Yep.
you move a card, so it's follow my leads effect.
Okay.
When I move a character, I can put them into my hand from discard.
Okay. Which 2 do you have?
It's just these 2. So it's
Okay.
yeah. So it's gonna happen a lot because
Gotcha.
I don't have to play a card to do that. It's just as soon as they're in the discard, I can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Back to you.
2. She does not on exhaust.
Are you building yourself into your goal or building
Oh yeah. I assume that as a Luna player, when you get told there's no way you can DFO, the first thing you think of is how do I DFO?
Yeah,
Or-
you know, DFOing should kind of like double multi-problem face-offs. I think should be kind of in the front of your mind when you're playing with Luna. But you know, if your opponent reminds you, that's always a nice thing.
I don't want to give you an extra token, so I'm going to bank.
Right? Chooses not to confront over to the 2-point barrier. There's some logic in that.
Sorry, why is Luna still exhausted?
She was just bailed out last turn. So she.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't see that.
Alright.
Didn't see that. I can't see what that is either.
That's a smart cookie.
Alright.
I'm gonna do banish pile just sideways discard.
Okay.
Alright, get that deal going.
Right. We have a double.
And he will double
Smart
back.
Cookie is an environmentalist. Look at all the recycling she's doing.
5, 9, 11.
You got it.
Pretty close. You looked a lot better.
I mean, kind of. She's really just dumping all the garbage on the moon.
What a fright.
Winter startup.
Where it belongs.
That's the goal. Okay. Bank 1, back to you.
3, she on exhaust. Draw.
Yeah, bailout messes with Luna very, very hard. Ultra strong.
That is a winter startup on the other side too, so I mean TJ's got
Large.
dilemmas in hand, I'm pretty sure. But yeah.
point is that he got to start acting fast. Yeah, his goal was to
But at this point, the quantity of cards in Josh's discard pile is pretty important because, well, Smart Cookie's she's amazing, but she's only amazing so long as there's fuel for that fire.
become an inch. Start at the beginning, so I did panels. I've also written books. Start of my career. I cannot use my manager.
Decisions.
And I have an album recorded.
My glider.
Okay.
And so I speak to teachers, I speak to different nerds, fans.
Make the 3 move to score phase.
Yep.
Alright, he's just gonna confront.
Alright, up to 2. 3
Okay.
banks.
3 actions up to draw a card.
Now, I believe it's
The
possible.
football game in the background is done.
I believe it's possible for Josh to DFO back.
How much field does he got? You still have like what, 3, 4 cards in the discard pile.
So he discarded a pretty full hand with Lyra. He's banished 3 of them.
Where do I want to go?
Yeah, probably
4.
probably 3 or 4 cards still. Yeah.
So then another 2 cards from bailout,
It's easy being lazy.
and then he had 2 follow my leads brought back. So he's got like 3 left, I think.
Right. So that isn't enough for Smart Cookie to do Winter Startup all on her
He
own.
also doesn't have white, I think. Doesn't quite look like it, no.
Yeah, I believe that's right. Oh, he's got 6 cards in there.
When did that happen?
Sauced apple bloom?
Yeah.
All right, no, he's got apple bloom. That's right. You just tossed up all day.
Breakdown.
Okay.
So that's going to cost 1.
Oh, all the bailouts. It's gonna be so good with that.
Pirate chip, so exhaust.
Pirate Chip Smart Cookie.
Smart cookie.
And get the follow the.
In the hand because I moved
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's just gonna go with the single, which makes sense.
Go to score phase, banish 2 with smart cookie.
Okay.
Confront it.
So the fun of the smart cookie is that if you're losing a face off, you just keep adding stuff. So Night Glider is very underwhelming here.
With a 3, I will.
I'm up 2.
Yes. I'm going to play Food Fight on Night Glider because she has 4 power.
Got him.
That works.
Okay.
Got that one.
So now I'm 2 up because that's a 4 difference.
It looks like TJ's got a lot of non-friends in his hand.
1 point. You still get a frighten out of it.
Okay.
Smart Cookie.
He's got a couple of dilemmas.
Smart Cookie is the obvious choice for the Frighten.
Distracted lead actress.
Okay.
Ooh. Could be a game changer.
Lead actress is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think his problem though is he doesn't have any way to get into yellow at the moment. He's got a couple blue-yellow cards that are just sitting in his hand. Because he got DFO'd so fast.
Yes.
Oh well, it already doubled.
Oh, sorry. We're being given deck lists. And
I win. Clearly.
I have too many things on my other screen. I've missed these.
Another 2.
Oh, it's all good.
Another point.
Besides, I
I would have been
I already have Josh's deck list. He gave it to me a long time ago. TJ's deck is new though. Let's have a look at this.
Yeah, it's just he needs any yellow entry really. Like, he's got a lot of stuff just clawing up his hand.
2 for her.
Oh, there it is. Bounce some. Oh no, you can't bounce anything, just yellow.
It's Fluttershy and Fire Friendship are his only pass to yellow. Which, there it is.
Well, because he had change editions, it just got destroyed really fast.
That's Industrial?
And yeah. Alright, what you got now, man?
Game over.
Ideally, you want to, confront it right now at the time you play it, so...
Blue to score phase. Confront.
Ooh, that's kind of juicy. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Confront. Yep.
My man.
And I confront. Critters at each problem.
Yay,
Not Bunya.
That would be pretty good.
You notice that, like, people just use different tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody uses different tokens.
Alright. 1, 2 for the bonus.
That's something that there's been a lot of opportunity for personality in this game.
Snap the 2 bonus, that's really good too for him.
So sorry, he got 4 points there?
That was a 4-point turn.
6? Just rearranging a few things on my screen here to give myself more space.
Something yellow. She just entered.
Well, it has been a pretty close game so far.
Ah,
This is... Ooh.
One I'm terrified of. Okay, can I see that one more time? So
Yeah.
it's 2 shoe shines, Philly racers, another dilemma, fire friendship.
Yes.
This is why you want to write those cards down, because you want to be able to, like, if he draws a cards, then and starts playing cards, eventually you're gonna forget about what was in his hand,
Absolutely.
and then you might be surprised by something you should have known existed.
That's what the dilemmas are for. Okay, 4 actions up to 4.
So that Shoeshine is probably one of the scariest cards. Well, 2 Shoeshines, but yeah.
You see, he's kept some critters instead of one of the Night Gliders. Probably because I feel like it's because he is scared that he's gonna lose the Fluttershy and he needs some yellow backup.
Yeah, that's probably the way to do it.
Those critters look rather ponyish. I would have to agree.
It's true.
I use magic squirrel tokens myself.
I can't wait to watch this back on the screen in 5 years.
But yeah, as I was saying, tokens are one of the ways that people have a lot of freedom in expressing their personality in this game. There's actually a couple of places you can go to get sort of custom pictures for tokens and stuff like that.
Okay. Exhaust Apple Bloom. Discard to follow my lead.
Yes.
Pay 1 less for Berry Punch Party Preparations. Oh, so she costs 3.
Berry Punch. +1 power for every card in your hand.
Okay.
Exhaust to draw a card, may as well.
Okay, she's at 5 strength right now. Back to you.
Okay.
And that's it, that's the play.
4 and draw.
So obviously, if you're TJ, you have to be scared of bailout. Scared of, like, we know that he doesn't have a belly flop, but you have to be scared of it because
Like,
it's a pink deck.
The breakdown kind of indicates that there's probably more exhaust effects than just bailout. Although the 180 basically screams, I might have a bailout, so TJ's gonna have to play very carefully around this. This would be a good time to double check his discard pile to see how many bailouts are in there. I think it's just 1.
Leave her there.
He is going to confront the industrial and then eat the tokens probably, which is a very good play.
Yes, if he doesn't get bailed out. All right, he let it through.
Tire this one, move her. Tire this one, move her. Tire this one to move her back.
Oh, if he takes the bailout right now, that'd been so good. Oh, but he doesn't have it.
Doesn't have
Face
it.
off, and before the face off, I will play unsatisfactory work to put her back in your hand. Ah.
Unsatisfactory on Barry is
Nice.
really strong.
Well done.
More points.
Bonus 2.
Yeah,
And put a critter token in play, get the Shoeshine.
a little bit of Wait, what?
He even remembered Shoeshine's trigger.
Ah, fire friendship. Yellow.
Doesn't matter.
She's going to eat the critter.
Get bigger. Get swole.
Eat a critter. Move her home. Eat a critter. Now she's up to. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh well, your turn.
Okay.
Shoeshine's hopped up on something.
2-5.
And
Ready.
TJ is up to 10 points. Ahead by 5.
Yeah, Josh would really like something like a bailout.
Follow my lead.
Yes.
Pay 1 less for Sorry Stan.
Oh, got him.
3.
Yep, that should dismiss 2, I believe, because he's got Earth Ponies.
Another friend whose cost is less than or equal to the number of Earth Pony characters.
Which is Shoeshine.
Yeah.
Six. Dismiss an opposing six. Okay. All right.
It's got like what? 4, 3.
Dismiss Cloud Chaser and Flutter.
Earth Ponies?
Then I have 1 Earth Pony, so I
Yeah.
He's got just 1, but it's fine.
Can't count.
Shoeshine's
That's
cost 1.
Then I cry.
Then you cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 and draw.
If he actually had been able to hit the other Shoeshine, that would have been a monster play.
That'd been pretty disgusting. Oh, it's part of part of the risk you face when you play a deck that kind of has a bomb like Shushin that you kind of lean on, who doesn't really have any protection of herself.
Sure. You gotta find more.
Pay 1 to draw. You need to build this back up.
Yeah.
Confront.
You've been blitzing. Yep, all yours. 5 actions up to 6.
Alright.
Get in front.
Um,
Sorry.
I probably would have, on TJ's side, I would have just kept 1 AT floating, just because it gives Josh a little more pause.
Absolutely.
Because that one card now versus that one card later doesn't, like, it doesn't matter.
Alright. That card
Because
down...
you can draw the card,
Yeah, absolutely.
and you won't be able to play it.
Yeah, that card in the glare down at the bottom screen is apparently a rock hoof, triggering.
It is, yes.
Yeah,
I can see his giant chin.
I see. So, like, Josh's curve is pointing up. He's starting to hit his stride.
Yeah, but I wonder if it might be a little too late.
That's the question.
Because I'm not sure if he has enough action in his hand. And that's another smart cookie.
I don't love it.
Is
Is AT
this is an
absolutely?
important turn right now because TJ has no AT.
Yeah.
And he has a full hand, so you know something's gonna happen next turn.
Lost Apple Bloom. Discard a
His die just moved.
5 is the correct number on it, I believe.
Okay.
question mark.
Elements, they all have to interact with
Big Mac. Not a big deal.
It's gonna do the single. Makes sense.
Fourth is Berry Punch.
Yep, very punch.
Got the,
Exhaust or draw.
Oh,
5 cards in hand.
that is a DFO.
Temperature on here. Yes.
yep.
Very punch allows Lyra to confront the lead actress.
A card that I didn't really need.
That's fine. That's important for Josh. Could be fine for TJ.
Oh,
Oh, change editions.
yellow.
Yeah, might as well. Retire Big Mac.
Here comes here. Change editions is actually like the highest problem that he has to face. Everything else is 4.
It's still
kind of funny.
just a 2-drop plus Luna, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still a 2-drop just plus Luna, so building out your problems to make sure that they accommodate your friends is really important.
So that did bring Josh up to 9 points.
Is the Werefrog the only one that doesn't choose not to do something because an opponent might do something? I'm having trouble reading that sentence.
I believe he's saying, is he the only person who sometimes chooses to defer when the opponent might have a trick in their hand?
Ouch. Don't let you have that.
And just chillax.
Which I would hope.
No, so if you are like scared of something, or you know an opponent has something in their hand that might disrupt you, you might want to try to bait it by like playing another friend that isn't as consequential, saving like your more important things for something else, like or if you want to bait your opponent into spending AT because you see a line of play that your opponent doesn't, that helps them. That's also a thing that you can do.
I need 8 here. I'm up to
Yeah, you're saying like to run into it.
7.
That's the way I'm interpreting that comment.
I'm a little interested that TJ did not move his Luna off of those plays out of his hand.
Might want to prefer putting Luna to change editions instead,
I mean,
like that.
yeah.
Although yeah, you could probably might want to make Luna move first in case something moves her back.
Anyway, he is gonna do the thing, and that's it. That's game.
That's it. Well played. There was like, it looked very much like a slobber knocker of a fight.